introductions, and we'll have the opening serve coming up in just a moment. The Humber Hawks, just one loss on the season to the Fanshawe Falcons. And Adam, that was a pretty tightly contested match, but ultimately the Falcons coming away with a 3-0 victory.
Yeah, 3-0 on paper. Doesn't look like that close of a contest, but the Hawks did drag them out to a 33-31 defeat in set number 3. So heartbreaking loss to Fanshawe, who sits above of them in standings, but after that win against Niagara, another chance to get that momentum back on track here at the Hawks Nest against the Condors.
Condors will start the game with the serve. Put in play at the net. Cayman Wilkins with the shot.
Bit of an awkward first point there, just drops out from Cayman Wilkins.
And we'll have another serve coming up from Ryan Clutton as the Condors jump out to a 1-point lead.
See Clutton serve there. He leads the team in set assist.
There's Hilario with an absolute smash.
And I don't doubt that'll be the last one we see tonight. Hilario often puts up double-digit kills in each and every game. He's getting started early here.
Jake Gomes with a great serve.
No surprise, Gomes leads the team in service aces. That'll be his 27th of the year.
Yeah, he's got a wicked serve, and he's also so good at the net. He tends to catch teams off guard, redirecting the ball and just kind of marching to the beat of his own drum.
Yeah, real game changer, real creative at the net, as you mentioned. You see him go over on 2 quite a bit, try to catch opposing teams off guard. Definitely a fun guy to watch in that Hawks lineup.
Game's all tied up here at 2. There's the serve from number 2 on the Condors, Wesley Lau. And that wild shot hits the 12th-year head coach Wayne Harris. The Condors bench has a good laugh, and they'll take the point. They're up 3-2.
Yeah, a little wink and a smile from Coach Harris there. He's no worse for wear after that hard shot from Wilkins.
That serve is way wide, and don't look now. That serve just hit the Hawks game footage camera.
Gonna get a replay of that one there as that serve went a mile long.
And just right for the camera. And
luckily we have some of the best of the biz there taking care of that.
Yeah, also Apple Care. Coming big tomorrow morning.
We'll check the insurance papers.
Don't throw away your receipts, folks. Serve for the Condors. This game's all tied up. 3-3 at the net now. Great play.
So Deku there with a hammer home. And once again, that ball hitting head coach Wayne Harris, who's having a tough night on the bench for Conestoga so far.
Tough break for WH.
Maybe take a step back or two there, Coach Harris.
Conestoga right away. Things are moving well. They're up by a score of 6-3, and we get another look. Just a great set.
Conestoga just been the sharper team thus far. A little bit of a sluggish start for these Hawks.
Hilario just taps that one over. Both teams very confusingly and were wearing black.
Luckily, there's a net separating them.
Hilario with the shot. It is blocked. And the Condors extend their lead, 8-3.
Nice play at the net here. Let's take a look at that replay. Sadiku offers plenty of versatility at the net. You've seen him hammer that one home, but also not afraid to show finesse when he gets up there. Hoping to keep these Conestoga Condors off balance.
At the service line, Colin Skanes stood us up on the interview last game.
See if we can get him back. I don't know what we said.
At the net now, and just a tremendous kill shot from the Condors.
Yeah, it's not often you see Wilkins struggle to get to a ball there, but he just shrugged that one off. As no hope for him there. Nice shot.
Yeah, Brendan Vandergeest, an absolute missile. That time Sadiku gets under the serve. Sadiku now with the hit. Good block by the Condors.
A lot of credit to the Condors there. Vandergeest and Guang getting up there. Not an easy man to block is Hilario, but two players there get in front of his attempt.
Here's the serve. Out of bounds. Good job by Sadiku to let that one roll by.
With the serve back in the Hawks' hands. Look for him to try to get a rhythm here. So they've been a little off balance thus far.
Hilario. Serve is in play. Condors are scrambling right now. Over the net, here comes the Hawks. Should be a nice free setup here. Andrew Blakey will secure the point for Humber, who are now slowly marching their way back.
Yeah, you mentioned it there. A little bit of a free ball sent over by the Condors and no mistake made by Blakey Lopez.
Hilario, the Brazilian, at the line for Humber.
A first year, already one of the most crucial players for the Hawks. Nice dig by Kim.
Hilario with a shot. Good block at the net. And the point will go to Humber.
Yeah, you've seen Sadiku get up there. See, he makes that block attempt there. Not one of the biggest guys on the floor, but always willing to throw up a hand.
Pretty good run of serves here from Rafael Hilario. But
spoke a bit too soon, I think, there, Matt.
Yeah, he puts that one into the net. Now Conestoga puts the ball in play. I think Sadiku would have been maybe better served to just let that one hit the ground. It might have been out of bounds, but he plays it and puts it out of bounds himself. Point
Good
for the
court
Condors.
IQ there by Ryan Clutton. You've seen right after that hit, right away calling for that out. Good court awareness there by Conestoga.
Just an absolute smash from Blakey Lopez.
Not a thing you could do there if you're the Condors defense. Blakey just picked the absolute perfect spot in the backcourt and smashed that one home.
Sadiku at the service line. Now the Humber Hawks have been the victim of a few injuries this year. They're still missing Dylan Devasheri, and of course John Obi is in and out of the lineup with that hand injury. But otherwise, the Hawks have been able to string together a pretty good series of games and really that next man up mentality. Lots of guys stepping up, like the aforementioned Colin Skanes.
Yeah, the names you mentioned there are some real big players for this Hawks lineup. Really is unfortunate to not see them on the floor, but you see the rise of some of these first-year players, specifically Hilario in his first year, really dominating. So nice to see, as you said, the next man mentality really stepping up.
Point for the Hawks. And Humber is trailing by 3 here in the opening set.
Facing adversity early. Let's see if the boys can pull back.
Blakey with a misfire on that serve, and that goes right into the net. Colin Skanes checking back in for the Hawks. His team is down by 4 here.
Energy pretty low on the side of Humber here. They're going to need a spark.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there, Adam. Definitely a bit of a lower energy feel than we're used to getting from these Hawks, even on the bench. Bench is usually lit, I believe the kids are saying these days. And
that's what I've been hearing.
It's not really the situation here this evening.
Unlit might be the word for the Hawks bench.
Say.
I'll have to double check, but definitely a low energy evening so far for the Hawks. Maybe it's Hilario with a big kill or a strong dig by Wilkins. that might light the team on fire.
That serve is way out of bounds, so the point will go to Humber. The score here is 14-10 in favor of the visiting team.
Humber definitely not having their best of sets as of now, but still remain in this one, just 4 points back.
Gomes, the Oakville native who's known for his blistering serves, puts that one right into the net.
Yeah, 27 service aces for him, but that also includes 21 service errors. It's a bit of a boom or bust option when he's on the line serving.
That time was a bust. Oh, heads up play by Colin.
Yeah, Skanes with an interesting touch there.
Oh, that was right on the top of the net. And right back onto the Humber side. Point for the Condors.
Yeah, a little bit of an awkward set off the hands of Jake Gomes there. As you mentioned, right on top of the net. That's a tough ball for Skanes to get to and do anything with.
I guess it's possible to be too tall.
We sure wouldn't know.
Service ace for the Condors, and now they have extended their lead to 7 points. Here's another look at the beautiful jump serve, and right now the Condors are leading 17-10.
Yeah, they have some jump. I mean, you see at that timeout there, the bench is having a good time. They're smiling, high-fiving. Not so much on the Humber side. It seems as though momentum is with the visiting side thus far. Hopefully this home crowd gets behind their Hawks in the second set.
Yeah, I'm sure Wayne Wilkins is really putting the pressure on his team because it's going to be on somebody's shoulders to pick up the team energy of the Hawks right now.
Yeah, you can't have liked what we've seen so far. There's no one really taking a leadership role on the floor. A lot of eye contact, a lot of finger pointing, but not too many plays made on the side of Humber. But I've seen this team play before, and they're not one to slouch away from a challenge. Expect them to come out strong after this timeout.
Put in play. Sadiku, a good shot. Conestoga scrambling to keep it alive.
And that's exactly what the doctor ordered. Hilario there with the kill. That'll be his second of the night.
Yeah, right out of the timeout, a high energy play from Hilario.
Maybe that puts a little jump of the step of the Hawks here as the gym remains quiet tonight.
Eduardo Silva Ferreira with the serve. The Hawks scrambling here. Oh, and just another great shot from Hilario.
This could be the turning point here. Those last 2 points, well executed on the side of Humber, starting to get things going.
Yeah, you can feel it. There's another point for Humber. Really just charging back. They're only down by 4 right now.
And that's a quick timeout for the Condors. 17-10 after that last timeout. 2 quick points for the Hawks. Both kills by Hilario. And head coach Wayne Harris wants to talk it over.
There's another look here. The Hawks able to keep it alive. There's Gomes with the set to Hilario, and that's really been the key to this recent surge from the Humber Hawks.
Yeah, Gomes showed a little bit of issues early on with distributing the ball, but really seems to be under it now as that was a pristine set into the hands of Hilario.
You got to think that Coach Wayne Harris for the Condors is hoping that his timeout is going to sway the momentum in his team's favor. Seemed to work for Wayne Wilkins.
Yeah, I think that's some good timing on the timeout from head coach Wayne Harris. Seen a little bit of momentum go the way of Humber and stop the clock and try to get their team back into this.
Condors still up by 4.
Strong
Kept alive.
play.
Yeah. Good back and forth play. Condors just have to dump it over. Good chance for the Hawks here. Hilario. Lord have mercy.
We have seen him do that time and time again this season, and I don't know what you could do to stop that type of kill from Hilario. That precision, that power. I sure wouldn't want to be sticking my hand under that one.
Eduardo with the serve. And the Condors just have to get it over.
A lot of free balls going the way of Humber.
At the net now, Sadiku. Ooh. Finds the line. And the Hawks just keep charging back. They're within 2 right now.
That's a tough call for the line judge there. As he had to duck out of the way as that one. And that came through as a bullet off the hand of Sadiku.
That's what you call a toss-up. Balderdash, just call something confidently. There's a good bounce back point from the Condors. At the line now, Dylan Moa. Big set for Sadiku.
And that all started with Kim on the dig. He's been stellar tonight defensively. Seen the play he makes there. Finished off, as you said, by Sadiku. Edward Lai now will have the opportunity here to serve it away for Humber. Miscommunication there on the side of Conestoga, but they'll get a shot over. Nicely dug by Lau.
Sadiku, another heads-up play.
Yeah, Sadiku going off the block there. A nice play made, didn't have much room to work. Able to get it done, and the Hawks now claw within 1.
The away team has held the lead pretty much the entire first set.
It's a good point. Hawks still looking for their first lead of this one. A little bit of sloppy play of the net, and there'll be a violation against the Condors. Point goes to the Hawks, and we are all tied up in this one. After trailing for the majority of the set, the Hawks now pull even at 18. Strong kill there. That's off the hand of Kevin Duong. He's able to find some open court here on this replay and drop that one in for a big point for the Condors.
Hawks are scrambling to get under that one hit. How about that? Another smash from Hilario.
You can scramble all you want with those first 2 touches if that third one is coming off Hilario. So that's a hellacious shot into center court. No answer on the side of the Condors so far for Hilario. He's currently sitting at 3 kills.
It's all tied up here at 19.
Strong play at the net. Sadiku there getting his hand up. And all of a sudden these boys are fired up. They're having fun out there now. Hawks lead 2019. Seen the 2 blockers for the side of Humber get up there and block that shot.
Still a very close set. Big serve from Hilario.
Coming all the way from the back court. That's Wesley Lau. Haven't called that game, or sorry, haven't called that name too many times tonight. He's the leading kill getter for the Condors. He's had a quiet one so far. Just 1 dig, no kills on the score sheet for Wesley Lau.
Timeout called. Both teams will head to their benches. And Humber Hawks have now taken the lead, and they're just 4 points away from taking this set.
Definite turn in momentum to the side of the Hawks. And Matt, what do you think changed there for Humber to have them shoot out to this two-point lead?
You know, Adam, I think it's just a couple high-energy plays, you know, Sadiku and Hilario, and of course Gomes really in the mix there, setting up those big shots, and I think Humber has been able to feed off the energy of those big plays. And there you see Coach Wayne Wilkins stressing the importance of a team and playing together as a unit, and I think that's how the Hawks are going to potentially ride to a first-set victory here. Won't be easy, though.
Not in good shape throughout this set, but sitting pretty now at 21-19 is Wilkins and his Humber squad. Be Hilario on the line trying to close this one out. 4 points needed to overcome what's been a lackluster first set, at least if you're the Humber Hawks.
Condors scramble to get it over.
Hilario with a little bit of a change up there. And now when that's Gomes and Blakey getting up there, Condors unable to do anything with it, and that's a 3-point lead. The biggest of the set for the Humber Hawks. Hilario staying efficient on this line.
Powerful hit there from the Condors. Hawks keep it alive.
Sadiku with a little bit of a floater. Nothing doing there. It'll be Hilario. Tough play off the net, but the Condors do get it up.
Good block by Blakey.
Blakey again getting up there. Not needed as that one goes off the net. Ball still alive here. Off the hands of Gomes and down for a Conestoga point.
And that was a great rally, but an even bigger point. As the Hawks are up 22-20. This first set coming right down to the wire.
This has been a set of runs with both teams getting some momentum. Let's see who closes it out. Gomes to Blakey. That is off the net. Not the best of touches off the hand of Blakey Lopez. And the Condors now sit just 1 point behind Humber in set number 1.
Blakey's been great in terms of blocking, but the timing on some of his hits seems to be a bit off tonight. We'll see if he can collect himself. The team needs him right now. Wow, what a shot.
It's a rocket off the hand of Hilario. Interesting call there. Seemed as though both players had a hand on that one, but the point will go the way of the Condors, tying this one up at 22.
All knotted up.
And Vandergeest on the serve here. Off the hands of Sadiku. That'll be a tough play for Blakey Lopez. He dives into the tables. Let's see if he's all right.
Yeah, looks like he slid into the stanchion.
Giving it absolutely all he can. That's a tough play he tried to make there over past the score table.
Yeah, we've seen his blocking ability on display this evening, but the heart of number 14 on full display with that diving shot.
Absolutely, got a well-deserved break here. We'll return to action shortly. So the Hawks able to shake off a little bit of a shaky start and now find themselves ahead, just 3 points away from winning set number 1. Coming off a victory against Niagara.
Yeah, I was talking to Sadiku on the Hawks, and he mentioned that, you know, that going into Niagara was a big win for the Hawks. They really brought the energy that game and were able to take the victory on the road. And of course, that's a big momentum kind of game going into this evening. And of course, we've all mentioned going into the long Christmas break, the Hawks won't play until the new year. So you're on December 6th, you know, facing a very big break. Obviously, you just want to make sure you go off on the right foot.
Yeah, that's a great point. Just as far as momentum's concerned, as you mentioned, quite the layoff coming up for these Humber Hawks, and they definitely want to end on a positive note. I'm sure a loss would be sitting on their mind all through the holidays. Not something these boys are looking for, I'm sure. Kim will get first touch to Gomes. Hilario with a rocket. But that goes off Wesley Lau, out of bounds. Point will go to the Humber Hawks.
Condors definitely appreciating that Lau got in front of that Hilario smash, because if it wasn't him, somebody else had to take the brunt of that powerful
Yeah, I would say it's better to get him at the net than sitting in the backcourt, as that one, speaking of backcourt, will drop in. That's a service ace for Sadiku. To see that long run up and that high toss of Sadiku, able to paint that back line.
Second shot. Little
Miscommunication on Condor, and it looks as though it will cost them, as that bump from Bowden will not find its way over. First set goes the way of the Humber Hawks, 23-25. And after trailing this one by 4 at multiple points, able to claw back and win this one by 2. So Matt, what do you take away from set number 1? Not the strongest of showings, but Hawks able to get the job done.
Well, we definitely saw the Hawks come out with a pretty low energy start, let's call it. But really they found their rhythm off that timeout from Wayne Wilkins, 25th year head coach, really well-timed, strategic move by him. And I think after that, the Hawks really woke up. And of course, it's also on the heels of some great plays by Hilario and Sadiku. And you just got to wonder, can they keep that energy now for the rest of this game? Have they been woken up, or was that just a flash in the pan?
Yeah, you mentioned there Wayne Wilkins in his 25th year. No one knows any given situation on the volleyball court better than him in his quarter of a century of work here behind the Humber Hawks bench. So whatever he said to his team certainly must have worked, as they came roaring back at set number 1 to take the victory and the 1-set lead. Fellas are keeping warm on the court here, keeping hydrated.
Yeah, you know, I want to give full credit to John Obi on the exercise bike right now. He's adjusted it to his height. You know, these guys are all 6'5", 6'7". They'll get on the exercise bike and they don't adjust the seat height. Their knees are coming up to their chin.
John Obi sitting at 6'9". I think if I got on that seat, my feet might not touch the pedals.
No, they probably wouldn't. But I'm just glad that, you know, these are high-performance athletes. You want to see them use the equipment in a safe manner.
Taking every resource they have to their advantage. Nice to see as John Obi and the fellas keep warm. Just a few minutes away from second set action.
And maybe we'll see number 17, John Obi, check into this game. So far, the very dynamic frontline player for the Hawks has not been in. Of course, he's nursing that left hand injury. That thing is taped up.
Yeah, it looks like a Christmas gift this holiday season. He's got tape all over that one. Able to play through it, though, in last games. He's been hitting the ball well and hitting it strong.
No, in pregame, you can catch him upstairs in the Humber Fitness facility, getting ready, I guess just kind of going through the physio exercises to get that hand where it needs to be. But obviously still healing. And can't wait to have number 17 back at full steam. And speaking of injured Hawks, Dylan Devasheri, arguably one of the best players on this team, still out of the lineup.
Yeah, he's been away for quite some time now. So like you said, Matt, it's a little bit of a name that doesn't cross your mind when you think of this team and what they have coming in the future. Luckily, some first years have stepped up, Hilario and others. But obviously, that's a big name not to have in the lineup.
Yep, Rafael Hilario, the first-year player from Brazil, has just burst onto the scene. And he is one of the more explosive players in this Hawks lineup.
Definitely makes his presence felt offensively. In just 7 games this year, currently has 69 kills.
Him and Cayman Wilkins, a seasoned veteran for Humber, number 0, Cayman Wilkins. Him and Hilario are virtually tied for the most points per set on the team. Wilkins with 4.1, Hilario with 4 per set.
Offensively, that's been the two-headed beast this season for Humber, Wilkins and Hilario. It'll be Jake Gomes that gets the second set underway.
Sadiku with a great serve to open things up. opening point of the second set goes to the Hawks.
Must like seeing that after they dropped the first few points in set number 1. Hoping to get off to a quicker start than they did in that one. Tough play made by Lau. The Hawks there at the net. It'll go to Kim here. Looks as though Wilkins will get the touch, and Wilkins will find the block. That point will go to the Condors.
Serve coming up for the Condors, Wesley Lau at the line, 5th-year guy.
Here's Gomes now, that's Hilario. And that will not find its way in. Point once again to the Condors. They find themselves with another early set lead.
That shot again, just a few feet within head coach Wayne Harris.
He's had a target on his back all night.
He's caught in the crossfire.
Skanes there, unable to beat the block. A nice attempt by Kim to dig that one out, but unable to do so. And once again, the Condors pulling away here early. So in steps Maximo Crowder, out steps Colin Skanes. A little bit of adjustment here for Coach Wilkins. Hilario with a rocket, and that'll paint that back corner. The exact same spot he went to the last time, but able to find it.
And there's the line judge just trying to get out of the way. Can't blame her.
Seems like everybody in the gym tenses up when you see big Hilario get in the air.
Yeah.
No one knows where that thing is going.
Just no regard for human life. Number 9.
Well, the Condors will sneak a little momentum back on their side with that point. Now doubling up the Hawks, 4-2. Dylan Hart from Waterloo. Serve there to Kim. Hilario, all power, off the hand of Ryan Clunton. As he just has that kill like clockwork. That's 4 so far in the night for him. Condor's gonna need to find an answer.
I wish I had a sound effects board just to emphasize these Hilario shots. They are really something else.
Speaking of shots, that's one taken there. Able to recover are the Condors. See, take a look at that last point there. Unable to get a hand on the block, and Wilkins unable to get to that dig. Blakey gets set up there, but a nice dig by Conestoga. Blakey once again on the block. Not the first time we've seen that tonight. See,
yeah, number 14, Andrew Blakey. You can call him Andrew Blocky after that one. Right off the bench, and excellent play.
Very strong defensively is Blakey so far for the Hawks tonight.
Hilario with the serve.
Speaking of Blakey, there he is. Gives the old Mutombo finger wag. No, no, no. So he's starting to take this game over.
Humber Hawks are all tied up here, 5-5 here in set number 2. And they'll take the lead.
That's a tricky one-handed touch right by the net there by Clunton. Miscommunication from the Condors. Nobody got under that one. And Hilario's getting yet another opportunity to serve. Condors' lead has now disappeared. 6-5 Hawks.
Yeah, that time Hilario catches the net. Will knock this game back up at 6.
Just like that, Humber Hawks' lead disappears. We call this one a draw. Take a look at Brendan Vandergeest, ready to get this one underway. That's Gomes now. Sadiku corralled by the Condors. Wesley Lau off the block. Point will go to Condor.
Yeah, that one just tipped off Jake Gomes, and Humber's looking pretty good in terms of their blocking, but that one doesn't quite work out for them.
For the Condors, that's some of the first we've seen of Wesley Lau at the net. Look for them to get the ball into his hands more often. Wilkins takes on 3 Condors, and he'll come out victorious, as that one will roll down the net to bring this one 7-all.
Yeah, Wilkins, the crafty veteran, finds a weak spot in the wall of 3 Condor defenders.
With Wilkins, it never seems to matter, just always finds that hole.
Yeah, such a dynamic player for the Hawks, and that's why he leads the team in points per set. He just finds a way to get it done. But don't underestimate his ability to keep the play alive and get under all those balls, you know?
That athleticism is on display each and every time he touches the court. You look at his digs numbers, you'll see just why. Kim here with the first touch. Gomes to Wilkins to the back corner. Point, Hawks.
Wilkins only stands 6'2", which is not a big man by any stretch on the volleyball court, but he's effective at the front line, effective in the back, just really versatile guy. Mr. Everything for the Humber Hawks. That time just out of his reach as the Condors take a 1-point lead.
Wilkins definitely a jack of all trades for Coach Wilkins. Can be deployed in any and almost all situations and has been so far this season. And he'll get a chance here, does Wilkins. Off the block and into the lap of Maximum Crowder. Unable to do anything with it, and this one remains all tied up.
I'd like to give a shout out to Brandon DuPont, B. Diddy. Brandon Boy working the board at 96.9 Radio Humber.
Appreciate the work you're doing out there. Appreciate the work these boys are doing out on the floor tonight. That one from Wesley Lau will not find the line. It'll go out and the Hawks retake the lead. Let's not forget the hard work put up by the BRTV students who are putting on tonight's programming.
Absolutely, all the great camera angles coordinating this live stream here on humberhawks.ca.
So Gomes once again finding success with his serves. Hawks now starting to pull away. 2-point lead.
Gomes just misses the line.
And I mean just. That one just squeaked out the back end. 1 point down remain the Condors. It'll be Wesley Lau on the serve. And that one right from the hop. Didn't come off the hand the way Lau wanted. That's an easy point that Humber will happily take. 82 kills this season. You see the stats there of Cayman Wilkins. And on a violation, the point will go the way of the Humber Hawks. 13-10 is where we sit.
Cayman Wilkins at the service line. Humber is, like you said, up by 3. And that lead will diminish here as Wilkins puts the serve out of bounds.
Humber hasn't shown an ability tonight to really pull away in any of these sets. The Condors remain competitive and been fighting back in each and every one. Up on the block is Crowder. He'll get a hand on it. Go to Kim, now Hilario. Off the arms of Clunton, who did all he could to get in front of that one, but what can you do?
It's just unbelievable. And we get a second look here, and you set it up for Hilario, and you know, the Hawks aren't really doing much smoke and mirrors. You know, sometimes you'll see these guys do the back sets and really try to disguise. Humber, there's no bones about it. We're giving it to number 9, and he's going to hurt you with one of his spikes.
Yeah, a lot of these teams are looking for that fire and ice kind of complimentary look. Not with Hilario, he's bringing the flames each and every time.
Just throw him the fastball.
They can't hit the fastball, don't develop a changeup. As Hilario starting to take this one over, 4 kills for him. We'll go into a timeout here with the Hawks up 4. Starting to display some dominance that they lacked in set number 1. There's a look there of head coach Wayne Harris for the Conestoga Condors talking to his team. Adjustments definitely need to be made for his squad if they look to get back into this one. And those adjustments all really depend around one man, and that's number 9, Hilario.
And the DJ playing some old school Drake and getting all kinds of love. Lots of love for the DJ right now.
Yeah, the one way to get to the heart of an Etobicoke crowd is play some old school Drake. Always a great environment inside the Hawks Nest.
You said it, partner. The Hawks Nest, always a great time to come and check out these games. Of course, admission is free, and Hawks Nation, the official varsity fan club of the Humber Hawks, is here at every home game, giving away free popcorn, Humber swag. Really, if you have a chance to make it out to the North Campus gym for a home game, you absolutely must do it. Everybody loves a winner, too. It's
absolutely.
Not too bad that they got a bit of a winning tradition here at the...
If free admission isn't enough, as you mentioned, all that Humber swag, you could go home with a new wardrobe.
Oh, Sadiku not happy with himself as he just misplays it.
Yeah, nice little rally getting going there, but seemed as though miscommunication was the downfall as Maximo Crowder will exit this one for the Hawks.
Still no sign of John Obi.
With his team sitting comfortably, it'll be interesting to see if Wilkins decides to deploy the 6'9" John Obi in this one.
And Adam, you asked me in between sets what's going to be the key to the Humber turnaround, and it really was the high energy play. But right now, just kind of getting sputters of it, you know, maybe a big Hilario shot will energize the team, but nothing really too consistent. Wow, excellent play by Hilario, soft touch.
Yeah, we're just mentioning about his a little bit of a one-trick pony with that fireball that he rains down, but nice finesse touch there to have that one drop in front of the blocker. Just a first year, he'll have plenty of time to develop his game. Which is a scary thought for the rest of Ontario collegiate volleyball.
Of course, for too long, the Humber Hawks have played second fiddle to the Fanshawe Falcons, and that's a matchup the Hawks are looking to really find a way to come away with the provincial title this year against the #1 nationally ranked Falcons from London. But we saw that matchup earlier, just a couple weeks ago here in the Hawks Nest against the Falcons, and it's just a really tough match. But the Hawks made it close.
Yeah, it's a hard-fought battle they had with Fanshawe there, who is very highly ranked nationally. Be interested to see once the health improves for Humber, what kind of run they could give Fanshawe. That one will go off the block and out. The Condors pull within 2.
And the Hawks at one point had a 5-point lead. Down to 2.
These resilient Condors staying in each set. But when you have a hit like Hilario just did there, nothing you can do as that rockets off the elbow of a Condor and into the Hawks faithful. Great positioning, right where he needs to be, but
great slow-mo look as that player on the Condors was unfortunate enough to eat that shot from Hilario. Good.
Big block there. That's Lopez and Gomes who both get up there for the big block. And now this Humber bench coming alive with a couple dance moves.
Yeah, Blakey and Gomes team up for the block. Now it's Sadiku at the service line. Doing his little warm up before he serves, and
that classic chicken wing of Sadiku.
Whatever it is, it resulted in a service ace, so keep doing it, young fella.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it for Sadiku, and that'll force a timeout for the Condors, as now they're reeling down 5. So Coach Wayne Harris trying to slow this one down as he has a talk with his team as they look up at the scoreboard and find themselves down 5. Take a look at that last point there as it drifts harmlessly into the fans. One guy was very pleased with that. Gave it the "it's good" sign. Fans in the Hawk Nest always stay involved. Tonight is no exception. Worth mentioning, Wayne Wilkins, the head coach of the Hawks, is just 7 wins behind the title of Humber's winningest coach. That would be an extremely celebrated title if he was able to reach it this season, 7 wins away, as he's been a staple of the Humber Hawks community for the past 25 years. And able to add that to his list of accomplishments would cement him as possibly the greatest coach in Humber history.
Boy, a lot of great coaches to choose from. Want to have that conversation.
If you even want to look at the active coaches, how about AJ Sharma? Make sure you put that name in the mix. Nice play by Hilario there. Gomes, a nice play off the wall, and Blakey Lopez able to get it over. That one out of the reach of Kim, and that nice play made by the Hawks goes unrewarded, as that point will go the way of the Condors. Take a look here as Kim just can't get to that one in time, a little flat-footed. The Condors remain in this one just 4 points back.
Here in set 2, the Hawks lead 20-16.
Gomes goes the way of Sadiku, and that ball will find its way out. Point Condors. Hawks looking for a spark here to close out this second set. They won't get it there as Kima Wilkins just bumps that one over. Wesley Lau fires one off the arms of Kim, unable to be corralled by Wilkins.
And the Condors are drawing close here. They're only down 2. The Hawks can taste a second set victory. They're just 5 points away. Lord have mercy.
I'm not too sure what the game plan is, but I think I could draw one up for Humber as every single time Hilario has come down with a kill, it's been the same result time and time again.
I'll tell you my game plan. If I'm on the Conestoga Condors and I have to defend against the Hilario spike, my game plan is switch to badminton. Pick another net sport.
Then again, I wouldn't exactly want to face Hilario in badminton either. Seems like one of those guys who will get the better of you in each and every athletic endeavor.
Yeah, that athleticism would translate.
Wherever you wanted to take it. And the Condors will take that point, as a violation is charged on the Hawks. Humber still sitting 4 points away from a second set victory. Here's Ryan Clutton. Hard serve corralled by Wilkins. Gomes back to Wilkins. The give and go comes to fruition as that point goes the way of the Hawks. 22-19. It'll be Jake Gomes, the team's best server. Chance to close out this set. Clutton. And that is blocked by big Hilario, making his presence felt offensively and defensively. So take a look at this block here. This is the first year from Brazil. Scores point number 23 for the Hawks. That serve from Gomes, just a hair long.
Serving for the Condors, number 2, Wesley.
Hawks within 2 points of taking this second set, but it's the Condors at the service line. Wesley Lau has just been dynamite for this Conestoga team.
Who's Gomes gonna feed? It's Wilkins, and he'll find open court, dead center.
Yeah, that was too easy for Cayman Wilkins. And that puts him at the service line for game point.
Let's see if Wilkins is the man to get it done. Called out, but is played. And that goes right between Maximum Crowder and Sadiku. Drop down for the 21st Conestoga Condor point of the set.
Coming into the game for the Conestoga Condors, number 3, William Mercy.
Head coach Wilkins and player Wilkins having a chat right now. Trying to get on the same page here.
Real family affair. Of course, the women's volleyball team at Humber, coach Chris Wilkins and his star player, Kyla Wilkins.
And that kill from Sadiku will do it in set number 2. Wilkins has to be happy with that one as his boys take the 25-21 victory in set number 2, taking a commanding 2-0 lead. And with that, after that action, we'll be heading to break. We'll catch you back here soon on the Hawk Sport Network for third set action. Volleyball action. Hello and welcome back inside the Hawks Nest for some OCAA men's volleyball action. Humber Hawks currently lead the Conestoga Condors 2-0, looking to take this third set and sweep the visiting Condors. And Matt, what'd you see in set number 2? Remain competitive all the way out. Hawks able to pull away late.
Absolutely, and you get the impression this is one of those games the Hawks could be in a much more commanding position than they are right now, but just not really bringing that energy, although they're getting, like I said, little spurts of it from a guy like Hilario. But right now, Adam, we actually have Obi in the game, John Obi in the backcourt, and looking forward to seeing him in action. He is an exciting player.
Obi making his way back to the bench, so it doesn't appear as though we'll see him just yet.
Might just be the service rotation.
Good call there, Matt. let's sure hope we see John Obi in this game. He's definitely a difference maker when he finds the court for the Humber Hawks.
Yeah, when he gets to that front line, we talk about the hitting prowess of number 9, Hilario. But really, Obi's one of those guys that can elevate and really come down on that ball, make it really tough for the opposing team. Have an enjoyable evening.
And if you're not too busy worrying about Hilario, how about Maximum Crowder there getting the kill as he started to get in offensively.
Gomes at the service line now. He has an absolute rocket.
Speaking of which, there's Clutton on the set here. That's Talau, dug out by Hilario. And that'll sail into the bleachers for a Condor point. Already in set number 3, a little bit more jump from both sides.
Yeah, you feel a bit more energy for sure. At the service line right now is Wesley Lau, one of those high-octane players on the Condors. Wow, great.
Nice dig on the play there by Wilkins. Unable to turn himself around as Alex Bowden. Can't chase that one over the shoulder. It'll drop down for a Hawk point.
Yeah, a bit of a miscommunication by the Condors, and that opens up the door for the Hawks to take a 1-point lead.
So here is Cayman Wilkins. And he'll sail that one long, gifting the Condors point number 2. Dylan Arndt, standing at 6'4" from Waterloo, a second-year player for these Condors. Gomes will feed Sadeku, who will fire it right to Arndt, who's unable to get there. And the Hawks really starting to get going here, as here he comes. John Obi now steps onto the floor. First time we've seen him tonight in action. If you're the Condors, seeing Obi and Hilario stand side by side can't be a comforting thought.
You said it, partner. That time, Sadiku getting it done.
Yeah, nice crafty play at the net there by Sadiku, able to push that ball onto open court. It'll be Maximum Crowder now, serving this one away. Clutton. A nice set, but unable to convert is Brandon Vandergeest. And the Hawks out early in set number 3, 5-2. Crowder, after making that nice play, will now find himself on the line. That serve goes the way of the libero to Clutton.
Wow, the Hawks do a tremendous job keeping that one alive.
Athleticism on display, but that goes unrewarded as that goes off the wrist of Gomes. And the Condors, once again, just stay resilient, remain in this one, 5-3.
Have one of the female players of the Conestoga Condors who dropped their match in 3 straight sets to the Lady Hawks, and this player on the Condors has, looks like the 6-piece chicken McNuggets.
That's a good call, partner. I do believe that is the 6-piece. Very smart. After a game, a 10-piece would have likely been far too much
this late in the evening, but I wouldn't mind having one of those.
Hey, come final season, man. I think a lot of us students could go for a few chicken McNuggets right now. That serve.
And there you have it, Obi right away making a difference, and it's that vertical leap, and get a second look. Just gets so high, comes down on that ball, and maybe he doesn't have the raw power of Hilario, but just the sheer elevation.
Yeah, if you had any question what Obi brings to this team, I think that point there says about all it needs to.
Guy's an athlete.
Clutton now will set up Kim on the first touch for Humber, but it won't matter as that point will be rewarded the way of Conestoga for a Humber violation.
Rumor has it Obi wears number 17 because he's a size 17 shoe.
And from our position here at the broadcast table,
sounds about right.
I can't say I doubt that. And John Obi making that presence felt, putting that one down with authority. Let's take a look at this one. Matt, you mentioned that vertical. There it is. And for that poor libero, Daniel Musselman, that's not a pleasant sight seeing that one come your way. Sadiku on the serve, unable to be controlled by Vandergeest. That'll be a service ace for Sadiku.
Hawks are up 2-0. They're looking to sweep this game. They're up by 4.
Definitely in more control of this set as they were at any point in the first 2.
Yeah, really cruising along.
Nice
Obi's been a
dig
very
there.
good addition here in set number 3.
Kim with the first touch. It's Sadiku. Wilkins corralled by the Condors. Put it up to the front line. Wesley Lau finds the open court. And the Condors stay competitive in this one. 8-5 now the score.
Serving is number 7,
Kevin
Kevin Duong.
Duong, who's pitched in offensively at times tonight. You see there 77 kills on the season. Wilkins with a tough first touch. That'll go over. Clutton now to Lau to the court, and that'll be another point going the way of Condors. They sit 2 behind the Hawks. Hawks find themselves with a 4-point lead, but that's quickly disintegrating. They'll catch a break there as that serve will not find the court. Serve now goes to John Obi. Limited action, only 5 sets this season in his second year.
See that taped up hand? That time puts the serve into the net.
Serving for the Condors, number 1, Ryan Clutton.
Here's Ryan Clutton, who's been feeding his teammates all night long. Opportunity to serve here. Came at Wilkins to Gomes. A little floater shot from Hilario, and that'll work. Off the hands of Musselman, the libero. And Hilario taking a little bit off that one. Didn't need his full power as that one will drop in for a crucial Humber point.
Hawks lead by 3. And now Jake Gomes at the service line, the fella from Oakville.
Great place, I've heard.
It's my hometown, very nice place.
That
Gotta
serve.
love it. Town of about 180,000 some odd people. Nestled in between Mississauga and Burlington.
If that's
Milton to the north.
paradise on earth, the way that sounds, Matt. The Condors will take a timeout here as Hawks are eking out some points here late in set number 3. Condors trying to right the ship before it's too late. Down a commanding 2-0.
Yeah, they've really been able to hang in there all game, and coming into this game with a 5-3 record are the Condors, and obviously to be able to improve that to 6-3 heading into the big winter break would be magnificent for them. Right now they're down 2 sets, and of course if they were to fall to 5-4, a bit of a different look. At that point you're more of a 500 team, and you're gonna have to regroup in that long break and find a way to have the second half of the season that they're hoping for.
Just shows the quality of men's volleyball that we have in Ontario. Conestoga sitting at 5-3 at face value. That's a pretty comfortable record. That looks pretty good, but they're currently sitting 9th in OCAA, so they have their work cut out for them. Humber, as we mentioned, sitting 7-1. That only loss coming 2 games ago against the #1 seeded and undefeated Fanshawe Falcons.
Gomes on a bit of a service run, and every time I've said that so far tonight, that has ended the run. Let's see if Gomes can break that tradition. He just
Got
gets
lucky
it over.
there, Matt. He must have heard you.
And point for the Condors. That puts an end to the service run.
We're going to have to ask you to keep it tight-lipped on the next service attempt from these Hawks.
There's Wesley Lau at the line for the Condors.
Another serve off the net. That finds its way to Gomes. Hilario off the block. Nice diving play by Lau. To the net. Humber gets hands on it. It'll go the way of Humber at that point as Wilkins and Maximum Crowder both get up there for the block attempt. Wilkins now with the opportunity to serve. 4-point lead for Humber as they try to sweep 3 sets against the Conestoga Condors here at the Hawks Nest.
Kamen puts it into the net.
Not too pleased with himself as though it looks. Able to shake that one off. Dylan Art now on the serve. Sadeku and Kim both had a look at that one go by. Both assumed it would be out, but in it drops. Condor is staying alive in this one, 12-10. Gomes to Wilkins, who absolutely fires that one into the breadbasket of Lau. Let's take a look at this power move from Wilkins, flying up from that backcourt. Cannot be handled by Wesley Lau.
Hawks are up by 3 here.
Clutton on the set to Lau, off the arms of Wilkin, and off that big gym window up there. That one will go out of play for a Condor point. Nice work to get a hand on that one, but a little too much mustard off the hand of Wesley Lau. Opposite side of the court, Hilario right on cue.
Forget about it.
Let's have a look at this one. These replays, always fun to watch of Hilario. Some of those Condors just look hopeless.
Just a comical amount of power in those shots. Like,
I don't know what kind of defensive adjustment you can come up with for some bruised arms. I don't know what you could do. Clutton on the set, and that one sails way long towards Coach Wilkins on the sideline. The Hawks not having their most surgical of nights on the floor, but have led in each and every set and continue to lead in set number 3. Although that surely won't help as
power failure at the service line from Kelsey. Good look at the Hawks Nest here. Vander Geest out the line for the Condors. He gets it over.
Cheeky little over on 2 from Jake Gomes.
And I mentioned it at the top of the broadcast. That's what Jake Gomes brings to the table. Just kind of inventive play. He gets the ball over when nobody's expecting it. And just a soft touch like that, a point for the Humber Hawks.
It's impossible to ignore it when you see Big John Obi take to the air there. Everybody in the building thinks that ball's coming his way, but instead it's Gomes who makes a great play. Speaking of great play, there's Ryan Clutton off the net. But that return shot from the Condors sails long. Hawks jump out to a 5-point lead. Sadiku hoping to extend that lead. A fireball of a serve. Clutton over to Lau. Nice play by Wilkins to get under that one. Sadiku from the back court. Clutton over on 2. Taking a page out of Gomes' book, and it'll work. As that drops in front of Kelsey.
Yeah, heads up play. Putting it just out of the reach of Kelsey, and now the Hawks are only up by 4.
For the Conestoga Condors, number 4.
Bit of an adjustment here for the Condors. So we'll see Merkel come into the game, and heading out is Kevin Dwan.
Eduardo Silva Ferreira checking in.
Fresh face into this contest. First time we've seen him tonight. Here's Obi. It won't be him, it'll be Wilkins. Set over Obi to the side of Kamen Wilkins, and Hill will score the point for the Hawks. Lead remains at 5.
Serving for the Hawks is number 17, John.
Hawks are up by 5. They just need 7 more points, and this game is over.
Nice touch there, coming off the hand of Dylan Art. But a violation has been ruled by the chair umpire. And much to the chagrin of head coach Wayne Harris, that point will go the way of the Humber Hawks.
Yeah, the Condors think they got hosed. Take another look.
So after all that, it's Obi with another opportunity. Clutton looks to find Lau, and he does. And Kelsey with a dig attempt, but unsuccessful with that.
Yeah, that right there was the same play that just got called the lift, just that soft touch, kind of palming the ball. I guess that time the official deemed it was a legal move. Just a howitzer of a serve.
Right on top of the net. And that's Clutton once again, who is unhappy with the officiating. So he'll walk over and have another chit chat. And a yellow card is
yellow card
now been called on head coach Wayne Harris, as he was unhappy with the last two of those calls. And he'll shake his head after that one, as it's not been an ideal night. It's a pad there on the back from Clutton. Coming to the defense of his team.
Gomes at the service line.
Great play by Clutton to get it back over. Let's see what the Hawks could do. Wow. Creative play there to get that one over. A little bit of a scramble. It's Lau. Off the arc to Gomes and into the fans. Condors stay within 5, within striking distance. Just as they've had all night, Condors remain in the rear view mirror of the Humber Hawks, as Wilkins and his squad unable to pull away from Conestoga. Here's Gomes now to Wilkins, and that kill will find its way home. He continues his strong night.
Big shot from Kamen, and not much Wesley Lai could do with that one. Ooh, another great serve from Kamen.
Great work to get up on the block is Silva Ferreira. And that dig attempt from the libero, Musselman, will come up short.
Hawks just need 3.
With Wilkins on the line, as you mentioned, 3 points stand between the Hawks and a sweep. Clutton now off the block, find its way to Kim. Gomes looking to set up Wilkins. Floater, nice play from Musselman. Locke gets up there, but unable to get in the way of Alex Bowden. So we'll get a substitution here for Condors. Dylan Moa will have the serve for the Condors. Gomes now to Silva Ferreira, but he puts that one to the back of the gym. That one long by a country mile. A little bit of a lead. Silva Ferreira able to laugh that one off with his teammates. And an athletic dig attempt there from Kamen Wilkins, just off the fingertip, and that'll roll harmlessly on by for a Conestoga point. Moa continuing his strong run of serves. So Ferreira to Gomes. That's Kelsey off the block of Guang. And all of a sudden, these Condors showing some life, down by 5 nearly all match. Lead remains at 3 for the Hawks, and we'll have a timeout here.
Yeah, all kinds of momentum for the Condors, and if you're the Hawks, don't know what you have to do to kind of shake things up and take control here. You're this close to the finish line. Be a real shame to drop this set and let the Condors come back here in the Battle of the Birds.
Absolutely, and it is final season, right? I don't know if these boys want to stay for another set. I'm sure some studying needs to be done. Looking to get out early are the Hawks, and they're 3 points away from doing so. A win here tonight would pull head coach Wayne Wilkins just 6 wins behind the title of winningest Humber coach. So we will stay on Wilkins' watch as he chases that major accomplishment.
You mentioned it, the Hawks are fighting back against this wave of Condor energy late in set 3.
So this one should get interesting. Set number 3, just 3 points remain between these teams.
There's a service error, putting the Hawks within 2. And this game is gonna be over, Johnny.
Yeah, just inching closer and closer to that W are the Hawks. It'll be Maximum Crowder.
Just gets it over.
That's a big block from Kelsey, but he will be charged with a violation. Conestoga once again remains in this one.
Hawks need 2 more.
Into the game comes Lee Mercy for the Condors, hoping to be a spark late here in set number 3. A nice serve here is crucial. Silva, Ferreira, Gomes, Wilkins, and Musselman could do nothing with that one.
And this game is on a platter right now. All the Hawks need is Jaskam Kelsey at the service line to get the final point.
Looking to go into the holiday break with a W are the Hawks. Condors doing everything they can to prevent that. Off the block allow, and that will do it. Another call goes the way of the Humber Hawks. They'll take set number 3, 25-20, as we take a look at that last point. And Matt, what do you see out of the Hawks in set number 3 as they took that 5-point victory?
Well, again, able to establish a bit of a comfortable lead, but the Condors fighting back. Humber able to get the job done when it mattered the most. And, you know, really, it was John Obi coming off the bench and really electrifying the Hawks. It wasn't too much of the Hilario storyline there. Really, they were leaning on number 17. And he got it done. And how about that? Adam, player of the game honors goes to Jake Gomes.
Jake Gomes found himself all over the floor tonight, defensively, offensively, and with his services tonight. And you mentioned Hilario there, just 5 kills on the night, not a bad number, but that's low for him, and it wasn't needed as you saw the return of John Obi into the lineup as he got some work in tonight with that injured hand. And after dropping that tough one to the Fanshawe Falcons, the Humber Hawks will go into their holiday break on a 2-game winning streak against Niagara, and tonight at home against the Conestoga Condors.
Yeah, what a good day of volleyball. And the Humber Hawks women's team able to take their match in 3 straight sets. The men's team doing the same. Really good effort from the Condors tonight, though, as you see the tail of the tape there. Really, here in this men's game, all close sets.
So a nice show of appreciation there by the Humber Hawks to this home crowd as they came to cheer them on tonight, and it'll be a happy holidays for the boys as they wrap up this one with a 3-0 victory over the Conestoga Condors. And that'll all but do it for us here. For Adam Lucier and Matt Hamill, thanks for watching.